Well, there's never a shortage of shows or sights and sounds throughout this city, but for the next few hours, all eyes are glued to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas.
Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Denver Broncos
and the Las Vegas Raiders.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
Pulls it in at the 13. And able to get this out to the 25. Right to the air is Carr.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he... So an early wake-up call there leads to a quick 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Carr to the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. A gain there of 21 yards.
A first down for Davante Adams in his first season with the Las Vegas Raiders. Over the previous 2 years in Green Bay, he led the NFL in receptions and touchdowns, and he's building off of a 123-catch, 1,500-yard season. Now, of course, in Raiders black and silver instead of Packers green and gold.
Carr now on first down.
That went into the hands of Adams downfield.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. He got 29 yards that time. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory. Down at the 33. Throwing now is Carr. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
DJ Jones able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot.
Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Justin Simmons.
And the Broncos are going to get the football back at their own 17. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They go play action now. Wilson. And this one is incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away.
Fielded at the 20.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Now a play fake. Carr.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off by Obi Melifonwu.
And the Broncos are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his 2nd interception.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And he's got room. 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
Javonte Williams, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are on the board first here in Vegas.
McManus's point after is good, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Broncos 7, Raiders nothing. Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Fields it right around the goal line.
Now to return it, here's Kenyon Drake.
And he'll go down at the 2-yard line. What a disaster there.
Only able to get it to the 2-yard line on his return. Not going to make a lot of friends on your team when you only get it that far.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. In his own end zone, it's Carr. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jacobs. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. So the pitch and catch good for 11. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Shotgun now for Carr.
And able to complete it to Moreau. And he is going to have the Raiders first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. The Raiders at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they were looking good until last week's loss took them from the ranks of the unbeaten.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting this team to push the 72 Dolphins, but still.
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Play action. Now Wilson. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack.
Back to throw. Wilson.
He'll get that complete to Alberto.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
They try the left side here with Williams. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
78 yards rushing for him, as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Williams is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line.
Second down and goal. Wilson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver.
He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Broncos have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now 14-0.
Broncos 14, Raiders 0.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kwan Williams. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick 6 to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders is not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick 6. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half.
And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Pat Surtain.
And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line.
And I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Again, it's Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
Javonte Williams
With his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Broncos continue to pull away here in this first half.
McManus's point after is good. And the route is on here in this first half.
Raiders nothing.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved, because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Carr.
Throwing quickly here, and he's got Jacobs.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Now Carr again.
Slant to Adams.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 24-yard line. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to...
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Davante Adams. A 24-yard touchdown.
And the Raiders are able to cut into that deficit.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. On as the Raider kickoff unit now, as they will send this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone.
Oh, good return up past the 30.
K.J. Hamler on the return. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And with a little under a minute to go, it's still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead, should they so choose.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Being chased out left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Wilson.
Albert Okwuegbunam, the intended target.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
On 4th down, Sam Martin is on to punt for the Broncos.
This is taken around the 12. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
The Carr's throw taken in by Adams.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Man open is Keelan Cole, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam, but notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coach...
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Carr going to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Justin Simmons.
And the Broncos will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They run it again with Williams. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Flushed out right. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. Here's Sam Martin now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. That's pulled in at the 32.
Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards.
And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
So he gets too far beyond the line, and that's an easy call for the official.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. Got a man, it's Darren Waller.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Buying time to his left. And now here's another interception.
Picked up by Michael Ojemudia. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams.
And some space here. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
125 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle to Williams. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 2nd down, Williams. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Wilson.
That's out to the flat for Gordon.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Here we go with Williams. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now Wilson.
And that's going to be caught by Sutton.
And all the way home for a Broncos score. Courtland Sutton, 42 yards.
And the Broncos are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead.
Extra point from McManus is good. And they open the lead up now to 25. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Taken from about the 12. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Carr now on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Carr to throw again. Escaping the pressure right.
And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now Carr, gotta have this one. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Pat Surtain.
The 20. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8. Eight.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good.
Williams going to get it again on second down.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Hey, 0.
3rd and 2, now Wilson.
A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And the Raiders are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another.
This is caught inside the 15.
It's a big play there for Vegas.
63 yards.
And most people think of Derek Carr kind of as a guy who excels throwing the short pass, but he can dial it up when need be.
Here's Carr to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Caden Stearns. And the Broncos are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10.
Now a pass hauled in downfield.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Continuing to keep their foot on the gas, and it looks like they're just having fun out there. They're loose, they're free, and they're enjoying what the scoreboard looks like.
I'd have to say I agree with you totally. They're having a blast out there all game long. When they throw the football, they're picking up nice chunks of real estate, significant yardage on just about every throw that they make. And there's another one there, and they continue to have that fun that you just talked about.
Williams going to get it again on second down. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 149 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Boy, missed tackles continuing to plague this defense, and they surrender another big play and a touchdown here.
Yeah, by my count, at least two guys had shots at it, maybe even more than that. But this defense, they've looked out of sorts all game long. That was definitely not one of their better efforts right there.
McManus's point after is good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And Waller taking it in over the middle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now a play fake. Carr. Here's Fuller with a catch. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before.